Bet you didn't think you'd see me right now, huh? Hello! Welcome everybody to the next installment of the USMPR. I am your host, Brutalist Biosk, Crudelist Kiosk, and, what was it? Hopefully this is actually a surprise, because I'm doing this right now on Wednesday. Hopefully it'll be out by Thursday morning. You know, Turtle Island time. So, this is a nice brief video. You know I love those brief videos nowadays. And like I said, I've seen little hints of just little brief things like in the thumbnail or in the text of something, because these Instagram posts will sneak up on you, because I sometimes look at unstable stuff on Instagram, so it gives me more, and then it gives me spoilers, which I don't like. So hopefully, hopefully most of this will be unknown to me, but either way, I didn't actually test the, I have no idea how good my mic quality is right now, because I didn't do a test beforehand, so, we'll be finding out together later, won't we? And I'm actually, I've got work in a little bit, so hopefully this doesn't take too long, but it shouldn't, even with ads. But because of that, let's get into... Oh, one thing I did want to say. I am happy about... I didn't know God of War's character very well, but I will say that the fact that he was willing... The fact that he was willing to, instead of trying to kill Flame, or trying to get Flame to kill him if he was stronger, to instead be content with the outcome of the battle and train him instead, it shows a lot about his character. Like I said, I don't remember a lot of how he was during the law. I know that recently he would engage in deception to fulfill some of his goals, like pretending that he was still with the law. But one thing I will say is that he didn't get a lot of people involved. He even said, hey, y'all have this many minutes to leave the base. Leave. And with the law, he only fought them when they would get themselves involved trying to defend Flame. So there is that. And honestly, what Flame did there was so important. Trying to get him, instead of thinking it has to be to the death, to accepting a different outcome. Showing him that defeat is part of a warrior's life. Because he knows. He gets it. He understands the feeling of... I don't think he ever really accepted defeat, even when Wenbu beat him with the orbitals at one time. At least, like, not back in the day he accepted defeat. Like, he wasn't at that point where he was going to give his own life to whoever beat him. He was going to get his lick back. But the fact that he has come at this point, like, what happened in the Mist, and, don't get me started on the second Mist video, but when he was dealing with the Mistral and Flow, and he thought that Lamedy was dead. That wasn't even that his first... Like, he still was trying to protect Skrilly. Like, that in of itself, even after he thought he lost Lamedy, but literally, he thought he lost Lamedy, and his first thought wasn't, oh, I can't believe I lost to Mistral and Flow. It's, I can't believe Lamedy is gone. He did not care at that point. Maybe he cared a little bit, but not nearly as much. He has come so freaking far. And this, PvP is not really my thing, but I'll still watch it. Maybe I'll learn a little bit, a thing or two. I've learned little bits here and there. Like, apparently you can crit when you're falling, and you hit something with your sword. Well, maybe I'll learn a little something about PvP too, or at least PvE. Sometimes I struggle against the mobs.
In order to become a Minecraft combat master, you have to be able to defeat 1,000 player armies, beat the strongest players, and master every weapon. Only a handful of warriors are strong enough to reach this level. For me, I had to train with some of the best players in the world to become the strongest. But one level above this, and my main goal is Combat Grandmaster, a fighter who's completely perfect, with no weaknesses. To ever get that strong, I need to train with and battle any opponent I could, which is why, after being hunted down by him, In fighting multiple battles against him, I decided to ask for training from a Minecraft combat master, known as the God of War.
Alright, I'll train you, and I'll teach you everything I can. But in exchange, you need to help me with something back at my old base.
Oh.
Alright, that's the deal.
This was my home. After I left
Great
the law,
timing on
this
the
base
ads.
became my own civilization. Though, I ended up getting overpowered and exiled from it recently. I
From the
need your
law.
help in reclaiming it from the people who took it from me.
Sounds simple enough. Should we just go down there and fight them right now? Or
This is more difficult than you think. The fighters here are experienced and prepared. Before we engage, we can train. We'll start with melee.
okay, before I helped the God of War take
Interesting.
back his territory, he was going to help me sharpen up my sword skills, the fundamentals of combat.
Take this. I want you to land a 5-hit combo on me to prove you're worthy of taking on whatever's ahead.
Okay. Let's
So
do it.
whatever this is, it's tough enough that he needs help. So this, if it is experienced fighters, it's either going to be a lot of them or it's going to be very
Or you jump
experienced
in too much.
fighters.
It's easier to knock you back. Stay grounded and controlled.
Yeah, this is like freaking Goku versus Cell during that
You're
one
fighting too
time.
aggressively. Stay controlled and let me come to you.
I've heard that that's a good tactic in any combat, is let someone else attack first and then respond to the attack. Might have some trail mix while watching this.
Holy dude. Okay. Oh, alright. That was more than 5 for sure. Alright.
Very well. It looks like we're ready. Remember, these fighters don't think the way we do. They'll use anything to win. To them,
Oh.
to be strong means to be powerful, not skillful.
Oh,
Okay.
Alright, onward.
Alright, bet.
it's not the Knolls, is it?
Alright, bet.
Wow. Memories. This was the last place we fought.
Yeah. You literally fall straight through here. It seems like it hasn't like changed too much. It looks like something's ahead.
You are a worthy opponent.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. You as well. Okay, so what is this in here?
I'm
This
sure that
not
was
here
very
last time.
meaningful from
Come
him.
on.
We'll traverse quickly.
This looks cool. Those are not the same shields I remember. This place just feels so different.
This was my home, but now it's taken over.
It's not
Yeah, I can
Cindercrest or
see
the
this,
Law.
This is not. These are not lawmen. Are those our opponents? These two guys?
Yes, they're the current champions of this area.
All right. Let's beat them then. All right. This sounds amazing.
These a new group, or are these just bandits, or? I have expected it to be the Knolls,
Jump.
or like maybe people working
your
for
back, watch your back.
Cindercrest. Cindercrest, from what I could see in Merchant City, they seemed at a weakened state. Like after Parrot kind of ground them a little bit, even after they won. You know,
Got a bomb.
if you can define that as a victory. It seemed like most of their resources going into
Another
killing
bomb.
new players. Yeah, I hate Cindercrest. Least favorite faction of all time. They're written well enough, you know what I mean? But like,
Nice.
no, these two are the champions. Guess maybe they dealt with the other one then? Did I just not notice?
All right.
This
Yep.
is in the end.
You're a fraud.
Don't be too proud. Everyone can do that.
Feel proud of yourself. Seriously.
Don't even have any strong weapons.
So proud of yourself.
They won't get far.
Ignore them. Let's return to the training area. We
What
need to
on
prepare
earth?
a bit more before taking on the next champions.
Okay.
I know who the next champions will be.
The-
So, to prepare, you'll need to train in spear swapping. I'm sure you already know how to do it, but it's best if you learn to be consistent.
Spear swapping is a technique that allows you to lunge extremely fast by
Oh.
swapping from an item with a low cooldown to a spear with lunge. It's hard to get
Steak.
the timing down consistently.
I'm sure Steak has
but
a low cooldown.
I needed it against the next champions, so I had to master the timing.
Proceed.
Proceed.
Work towards trying to pull them off faster.
He's
each
all
time.
business.
Okay.
It almost feels like the sun is moving as he's moving, but it's probably just the clouds.
So, why are we fighting champions exactly? Why do the rest of them
Right.
just watch as we kill their own civilization members?
I'm
Instead of
curious.
helping them fight.
The civilization began as a group of law elites who had more loyalty to me than the law. Since they were the law's best, they believed in total strength.
Oh.
After he beat me, those players began to lose faith in me. It did not help that then I suffered multiple defeats afterwards. Until one day, a fighter named Antag and his group of warriors appeared. He defeated me in a fight and cast me out of my own base. He believes that true strength comes from the victories that one has and the power of their weapons, and not useless principles or standards, as he describes it. The warriors of this civilization follow who they view as strong. They follow Antag and his beliefs because
So I'm not a warrior, any such thing, but how can there still be a definition of true strength going on in an environment where skill and principles are being dismissed? How does that make sense? Because isn't the whole idea of strength as a quality of personhood having to draw from other qualities of that person? Like, what? So Parrot could have access to orbitals or any such thing, and that would mean that he could be the strongest ever? You pair that with the Master Archery, then, you know, Wembu's going to be flying away. Like, that's not... But also, at least in this universe, he wouldn't be considered good at PvP. So, how would that really... Like, this doesn't really... I'm impressed that they still uphold a concept of strength, because it doesn't really sound like it makes sense in this case. And also, these people sound like an absolute antithesis to FlameFrags, so...
because they view him as strong, and me as weak. They think power makes a true fighter, not skill.
Well, that's unfortunate. That was a consequence of...
The next opponent will have an elytra and spear, so high mobility from your spear will be useful.
Okay. I think I got the timing down pretty well now.
I think so too.
Yeah, my fingers are warm.
Prepare Swiftest 2 potions as well. That will help you make the most out of your movement.
I actually already have some speed 2 potions. I've been already tapped into that.
We will then head to the next arena. Prepare your inventory.
He talks like, he speaks very intentionally like Kreia from Coder 2. And that specific style of prepare yourself, or we will not suffer these fools for long.
The right armor.
Everything has changed.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Who thinks they can defeat us?
You two. We challenge you to battle.
God of War is weak.
And beating Frags will prove just how strong we really are.
You think you're strong? Alright, cool. Prove it then. Okay, God of War, be careful. Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh!
Watch out for this dude in the air.
Looks like somebody gets an elytra at the end of this. No, because...
Oh, I got hit. Does this dude have Turtle Master? Is he just tanking?
Maybe that's why...
Yes.
That's the namesake.
He uses turtles to hide.
Well, to be fair, I'd probably be using it in combat too. And this is why I don't uphold the concept of strength. If I was doing PvP, I would absolutely use certain tactics that don't necessarily
I just got
prove
speared.
my
Lucky
strength
ass
because
turtle.
I don't believe
you
in
gotta watch
strength.
over the spear, dude.
That's
I'm
not what
guessing you
I'm
already know
concerned
that,
with. I
which
would
is
be
why you made
concerned
me
with whatever
prepare.
the outcome of the fight
Like,
is.
that's not my time. Oh,
At the end of the day, that's
what?
one of the most
Why
important
did you
things.
so much?
You have to balance the journey and
Oh
the
my
destination.
God! Dude, holy, yo, God of War, watch out, dude. What is this, bro?
It
Why
was
is so
smart
much-
of him to teach him spear swapping then,
Oh!
or to get him up to
God
speed
of
on
War.
that.
Oh my God, dude, I just got speared. Oh, dude.
So
what
that's
is this
another
strategy?
use for
Are they
cobwebs.
trying to,
It's treated as an
well, I guess they're
object,
trying to bait us.
so you can't really
It's
do
like-
that the same way.
Oh my God, dude, why does that do so much?
Flames,
gotta pop
one of Flame's
one.
ultimate enemies,
Master Carlos, your
Elytra's.
time ends near.
And it's hard to focus on the spear one because
But this dude is unkillable on the ground, right? Yes, turtle.
so I guess this one will be more of a
Exactly, that is
wasp
your
than
battle strategy.
Silly Billy.
Oh. Oh my God. Yeah, nice. I just got popped.
The turtle's armor broke.
His armor broke? Yeah.
But yeah, so I would have used the crap out
He
of
popped himself?
Turtle
Yeah,
Master,
I'm just hiding.
like just left and right.
Oh! Oh my God! What?
Which begs the
What
question:
even is that, bro?
how do these
That
people
literally
get
put it on
ingredients? How do these people do alchemy at all?
Okay, nice.
Because
God,
if there's a
actually-
mob cap on the server, a
Help.
mob cap limit, judging
Okay,
from
I'm
the
good.
super
Dude, it's
populous
just like,
server.
What am I supposed to do, bro?
How are they still getting blazes? Because they would need
Oh my
blazes
God.
for blaze powder to keep brewing sands running, right?
Hold this other dude.
Unless it's only a bedrock thing, but I would imagine that would be Java as well. And also, how do you keep finding ender pearls? Like with endermen. Like, I've been thinking about this for a minute. These are things that should be very, very short. Mob spawners would simply not work.
Oh! Oh, I hit him! Oh! How did you steal my kill? Okay, nice, bro. We actually, okay. Oh, hey, free loot, bro. Holy. Wait, was that perfectly in sync? Wait, are we tough?
That was impressive.
we literally, I literally hit him with the spear, then you killed the other.
Pretty
What is that? I can't decipher that chatter.
The fighters
Okay.
will be stronger from this point onwards. Stay prepared. Let's move.
Okay.
I have his elytra.
You can throw it in with the rest of the trash if you want. Alright, you can burn these. Wait. I'm faster.
Someone could use that. Okay.
Actually, we should have sold that. Not gonna lie. That was low-key a waste of money, but it's okay.
Waste
you
of
live, you learn, I
waste of
guess.
resource.
Yeah, next time, maybe I'll sell the elytras.
I have an elytra merely to traverse.
Yeah, I just don't have an elytra at all. I won't say I won't trust myself with it, but, you know, it can be a little, like, oh.
You guys are crazy
Interesting.
fighting the way you do. It's completely pointless. No weapons, no plan. You just make yourself weaker.
You guys don't understand what being a fighter is truly about.
True strength is about the skill of a fighter. Each fight should test you and help you improve.
By not using certain weapons or shortcuts, we're forced to adapt and improve.
That's so pointless. The point of fighting is to win. Doesn't matter how you do that. If someone is beaten, they're weaker than the person that beat them.
Then there is no such
That's not
thing as
even
strength.
true. Winning a fight means so much less if you have to use a crutch to win. That proves your weapon is strong and not you.
And it
It'd be
doesn't
if you
train you as
ambushed me
well
when I
either.
didn't have a full kit ready. You know, it's just stupid.
A true fighter should always be prepared. Not being prepared is a weakness your opponents are allowed and will exploit.
You did say the strongest will
The
win no
journey
matter
to a
what.
combat grandmaster
I remember
is about
that.
sticking to your standards and becoming a fighter with no weakness. Breaking your standards as soon as a fight gets difficult is pointless since you aren't testing yourself. It's when a fight appears unwinnable that someone truly learns the most. The only time it should be acceptable to break your standards at all as if it were a rule agreed upon by both sides of the fight. Despite that, even if your opponents break their own rules, you should not do the same. That's what makes a true fighter.
Yeah, that makes sense. Being prepared is on the person. And yeah, you're right. You're completely right.
Whatever, dude. Anyone who sets standards is just weakening themselves for no reason. If your way of thinking is really
There's
what
not a
makes someone
weakness,
strong,
though.
then prove it.
This is what
Out
the...
of our way.
Yeah, you missed.
You will be next.
He literally missed on the way out. All right, whatever.
No, this is
I
the...
guess we'll continue.
This goes back into the greater theme, right? Because there was a lot of talk about strength and weakness and whatnot. Now, so many people think that everything's a freaking weakness nowadays. Like, having principles is weakness. Focusing on skill is weakness. Having friends is weakness. But you don't understand. The fighters, the warriors who have these principles, they, in turn, have something to fight for. Like, Flame has bonds, right? He has people he cares about, but he also has his greater focus. He's not trying to become... It's not about trying to win fights. His goal doesn't involve, oh, I want to defeat Wembu. I want to defeat Clown Pierce. His goal is to embody something, to achieve a level of an understanding, a level of strength that cannot be taken from him, something that will serve him well in situations where he is not prepared. That's the thing. And what was the other thing? And about it, because it kind of feels like the same thing. It's like, okay, so you can just fight to win, but then what do you care about? Because everything's a weakness, so you can't care about anything, or that's a weakness. It's like how the Sith operate. You're not supposed to care about your apprentice. You're not supposed to care about your master. You're not supposed to care about your fellow Sith acolytes or whatever, because that is a weakness. And it is a weakness that if you do care about someone, it's expected that you will kill them very soon so that no one can use them against you. And so what? So what if that makes you more vulnerable? That's the reason why you're fighting. That's the reason why the Jedi would fight, at least, is to protect people. And even though they're not supposed to care about people because that's an attachment, they still kind of do. You know what I mean? Like, you can't not at that rate. So it's this, like, normal people, well-adjusted people have things they care about that are indispensable to them. And that's why they're fighting. Flame isn't fighting to win, he's fighting to be something. He's fighting for other reasons, more important reasons, that are arguably separate from who he is as a warrior. But that's what it is to be human. That's what it is to be a person.
Yeah, I guess you do have a point. A fighter should always be prepared. And sometimes that is an exploit that I allow my enemies to take advantage of. You're right. Let's go.
That's
I've taught you
definitely
everything you might not already
gotta be
have
hard,
known.
though.
Some of my combat techniques and some of my principles. I hope you were able to take away something from it. Now, can you still expo?
Yeah, I can.
Expo?
Alright, hit it.
But you also almost died.
Excellent. That'll be useful against the next champions.
Wait, before we fight, I just wanted to say I do appreciate the training, even if it was like, something small. And I respect the way you fight and the way you think. There's not really anyone else I know that understands the path to combat Grandmaster like you do. I mean,
Right.
I fight to get Grandmaster, but I also fight and look for challenges because of the fun that comes with it, I feel like people never really see that.
FlameFrags, it goes both ways. I've learned a lot from you as well. You have the potential to be a great combat Grandmaster one day. So as long as you stick to your principles and never take the short route, just know that if the time ever arises, one should die by their standards, instead of breaking them to live. I am not as strong as you, but I still hope I was able to teach you something, even if it wasn't combat directly.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, you ready to fight?
Yes, always.
That's too sweet. Get that out of
No.
here. Just kidding.
There are only two champions in this arena originally. Does it matter? Who will still win? I'll hold off 2 of them. You pick off the solo.
Okay. I think
Is
they're
that
just gonna fight us
smart?
immediately. I think they're just ore farming. Yeah, so be careful because I have
It's
Expo, so
sort of working. But what was it? Because that's what it's about. It's about fulfillment. That's
one
why.
of them has
That's
amazing-
why they're both fighting.
I'll just hold him. Don't worry.
And I think Flame took a page out of Main's book, or what Main Pair was telling him about having another reason why you're fighting, and also not having to win every single battle. Is there a way to cart without almost killing yourself? Or do you have to have a totem handy
That's all I mean with
because
punching
you will
combat,
blow yourself
as
up?
well as draining my water. Just focus on your fight.
Okay, so apparently there is. Sort of, yeah. Ooh, Lord. And I do remember one thing about carting is that it does more damage based on the strength of the arrow that's hitting the TNT cart. You could be wearing, like, I'm assuming Flame's armor right now is prop 4 on everything, so I've started doing that now. I used to do a blend. I used to do projectile, blast, fire, and prot, one on each, but not one on. Yeah, one on one piece and then one on other, you know. But I find that prop 4 works a lot better for what I do, because it protects a little bit against everything, and having that on, well, almost everything. But it does usually protect against like fire, blast, and projectile, and so having 4 on everything, and not only does it usually better, like more well-rounded, but also, you know, better for PvP, but also it protects against fall damage. So that prop 4 on everything, plus feather falling. That's where it's at. Oh, so this one uses a maze. Ooh. A quick restock.
Okay.
Because that might be
killed
good
my guy.
advice. Always prepared.
FlameFrags, my resources are drained.
Okay. We can win. We win this, I think, for sure. I'm low-key
Okay,
dogging
but it's when you say
I
that
got him.
that things become an issue. Okay, so
I'm not gonna expo while you're right here.
you mean cowards? They were taking a 2v3. No, like they took a 2v3. Oh, reinforcements?
Incoming.
Are you like celebrating the laws? Oh.
Celebrating the laws.
You only just signal player, isn't?
Oh,
Okay.
so-
alright, so I have a few expos.
I guess
left.
This is
you're.
a true test of our skill, Flame.
Ooh, I got a few expos left. Just be careful. Just watch out. My fingers are not worms, dude. Like, oh my god.
That's kind of funny.
All right, just be careful.
Actually,
Yeah. So, okay, I just caught myself, dude. Why are there so
Because
many players, bro? Why are they jumping
does
me?
their
I thought
ability
whole thing
to
was that
summon all
they
those
shouldn't be
players,
doing
does
this.
that make them strong?
Are you good over there?
By that knowledge, Astride would have been the strongest ever.
Okay, so I ran out of cards. Are you good over there? Yeah, I'm out of cards. Nice.
I will manage FlameFrags.
Okay, I'm
Flame
gonna just
frags.
swap back to my stuff. I don't have any dogs or anything, so we're just gonna have to take them if possible.
Feels good to sit normally in this chair.
Are you good, bro?
I got a
Is that
non-swivelly
you?
one. Okay.
What happened to your helmet, bro?
So this is overwhelming force.
Wow.
Is this a fight we can like technically like win even?
Are
is it
they
even
like?
worth it?
They are all
It's like
somewhat
we're getting
experienced
jumped, bro. This was just
because
not
these were
allowed.
the best of the law. Which explains why they were working for him, I guess.
So I'm out of potions. Like, are you good over there? Like, you sure we don't run? Cause like, what's even the point?
Yeah, like retreating. Is that
Oh my God, I know you
fine?
have, like,
Is that
trained teams
keeping
that
within
like
the
a
principles? Knowing when to back out of a fight you know you can't win.
Oh my God, like you, bro.
Is Fast the one that he was talking about? But he's fighting without a helmet. That's a huge weakness. Are they going to use a
I
trap
just
on
want to
him?
say I do appreciate the training. There's not really anyone else I know that understands the path to combat Grandmaster like you do.
You have the potential to be a great combat grandmaster one day. So as long as you stick to your principles and never take the short route, just know that if the time ever arises, one should die by their standards instead of breaking them to live.
You're not serious.
Yo, God of War, bro, do you need help? Cause I already have 10 on me, bro. Do you need like... Ooh, God of War! What? Are you serious?
Why did I see an ad right after that? What are you cheering for? What exactly was accomplished here?
What?
And they use some kind of trap, some kind of rail cannon or something. But he needs to get out of there if they have access to traps like that. He needs to retreat.
Like, no way you guys are just that weak. You had to arrow cannon him. You can't even take him down. Just like that, the God of War was banned forever. The warriors completely went against the rules of the battle, outnumbering us and using a railgun to kill the God of War. He had so much potential. And even though we barely knew each other, it really felt like the two of us were similar. Like we could have been great friends.
He did
Now,
have potential.
I'm in the same arena, about to die the same way, because we were underprepared. I know, I shouldn't stoop to their level, and I should die by the standards I set. But if both of us die here, then nobody can carry on the legacy and reach Grandmaster.
And it would be a waste.
I'm left with no choice, just this last time.
What's he gonna use? He's using a mace, that seems fine. He just doesn't like using the mace. But he's used it before, so... I don't think this is really a betrayal of his principles as much as he thinks it is. But yes, that was such a freaking waste. Like, you killed a player who understood the true meaning of battle, the true meaning of strength, because you wanted a victory and you wanted a win, and that was all that you cared about. That's pathetic. There's no meaning behind that. There's nothing to be learned from that. And he is still using skill. Even if it's something he doesn't want to use. Why are we running now? You were so confident about your chances earlier. Is Fast the champion that he was talking about? Flame will kill them like the rest. Okay, so maybe not, that wasn't the champion then. And I like that even though he is going sort of against God of War's advice, he took it for what it was, which is advice. So was that the last of them?
was close.
He doesn't want your congratulations or awe.
Are you serious? God of War is more of a fighter than any of you will ever be. He actually fought with some dignity. The way the God of War died should have never happened. He was incredibly skilled, a master of every weapon, and a fighter who kept himself to high combat standards. But because of the warriors, they wrongfully took his territory, his reputation, and his life. Yet, he was still trying, still fighting, and still willing to die for the standards he set. And it's a shame that I don't hold myself to the same standards. If I wanted to reach Combat Grandmaster someday, I had to become that fighter. A fighter who constantly seeks strong opponents, a fighter who isn't dependent on any one weapon, but instead becomes a master of all, a fighter who uses strategy, not skillless shortcuts, a fighter who's willing to die proving his skill and obeying his standards, because that's how you become a combat grandmaster. God of War might have not mechanically taught me much, but learning his principles was the last thing I needed to become the best fighter I could be. And for his legacy, I'm going to take back his territory once and for all and prove what real strength looks like.
So there's probably going to be a two-parter to this. Oh. Oh, nope, we still have some length left. So we'll get to see the champion. This is that arena. This was the symbol that's on the shield. I remember the arena from the last...
FlameFrags, we've been expecting you.
What in the hell of a boss?
I didn't think you'd actually get this far, to be honest. If it isn't already obvious, I'm the one who beat God of War in the first place.
It's not
I made
obvious.
This territory my own. As the leader of the warriors, I'm gonna make sure people respect real strength like mine. People like you and God of War won't stand a chance once people learn to be true fighters.
What's something I learned from JoJo's? Part 5. What Bruno was saying, what Bucciarati was saying is that once you start boasting, once you start talking about what you will and won't do after you win a battle, you're basically just fantasizing out loud because you're admitting that you're never going to achieve that point to begin with.
Frankly, I'm glad God of War is dead. Just proves that his combat style was useless.
You're just trying to piss him off.
Alright then. Let's see if you really are the strongest.
So he will use, whoever this is will use any and all tricks. They seem to have some kind of God of War-esque scar on their face. But apart from that, it looks like just solid white. And their armor trim is red like the shield, or it's like shaped-ish like the shield. Oh, Resolve. Is that God of War's sword then? And then I kind of mocked God of War a little bit, like in the beginning of this, like when he first appeared in the series, but just because from the Kratos mimicry. But either way, like there is something to be said for that, and his death is a complete waste. Like Flame had just found some. That sucks because Flame had just found somebody that he could relate to, somebody that understood the importance of holding yourself to those standards, even if they. Okay, the beacon's going to benefit both of them, but it's probably going to be an effect that will benefit Antag more, depending on some kind of combat style. So Flame's really gonna have to lock in here. Because he's fighting someone who is both skilled and exploity. Man. I do have to wonder if there would be something akin to a mage in this series, like someone who instead of using typical PvP powers, they use exploits instead. Like purely exploits, like someone who set themselves up with fishing rods left and right, you know, quote-unquote enchantments.
A combat master? Please.
And see, that's part of it, is you have to taunt. Oh. To prevent from mining cobwebs?
No way you think this is a fight.
It's an ugly-ass beacon.
Whatever it takes to win.
Then there is no strength, because anyone could win if they got lucky or had the right tools, or if they were an exploit master. Would an exploit master be stronger than you because they could turn you into a newt? I know I keep saying that, but I just love that reference. I don't know how Flame does it. It's hard for me to remember things like that when I'm stressed out.
Are you cheating?
Are you?
How are you hitting?
Are you cheating?
Did you really
Telling
think
lies?
walking in here would be that easy? Alright. Well, I guess we can end this right now.
Weakness? How many cheats do
Of
you need
course.
to use? I already can't.
I wouldn't
swim.
say a cheat, but there
Not
are
even-
definitely
it's-
cheats
It's
present.
strategy. Do you really think weakening yourself on purpose makes you a better fighter?
What about this
Yes.
makes you a good fighter?
You know, when people ask who won this thing, they're gonna say my name. You know that, right?
Antag is just better.
And does that doesn't mean anything to you that that was ill-gotten? That would be ill-gotten?
Or do I have haste? Is that what you're doing? Have you just been using this beacon in the corner of the room the entire time?
You know, for a combat master, you don't adapt very well.
Well, I am right now. I'm figuring out that you're cheating. It's not even like a combat.
I think I know how
There's
he's
no
really gonna beat
cheating
this.
in combat. I'm afraid the winner gets to decide that one.
I think I know how he's really gonna win this.
Wow, okay. You're really not giving up? Wow, shocking. Well, it doesn't matter. There's no point in killing you. I got what I needed from this anyway. The world's gonna know I'm stronger than you now. I'll see you around, Flame. You might be useful to me again one day.
So you're gonna just run? I'm about to turn this around. You're just gonna leave? Like, is that it?
Right, you're gonna turn it around.
I'm not done fighting here, so you can't leave until I say it's over.
Tell that to the rest of the world. They all saw this. They saw what happened. The strongest? Combat master? As if.
He's trying to goad him. But that's what he wants, is he wants him to be beating himself up about this.
Oh my god,
Antag is so much better than you. How does he even get this far? And he's better than you. Antag. I wish I could get this Antag. Antag's much better than you, Flame. You're really falling off, Flame. You're getting lost, you know? You should really let Antag take over. You're getting really washed.
I had been completely robbed of a fight by Antag, and now he was going to use that win to push his narrative and grow his reputation. I couldn't let that happen.
And get
Not
power.
if I wanted to redeem the God of War's name and give him the respect he deserved. So I was going to get my rematch.
That does sound like he will be a tough opponent. Not because of his own strength, but because of the exploits. Because of the fact that, like, we see that Flame clearly struggles when it comes to people who are super powerful like that, but then again, anyone would. I think anyone else... This is why, even back then, when I still wasn't the biggest fan of Flame, I knew, like his character, I knew that that victory that Wenbu had over him meant nothing. Anyone could use orbitals on somebody and bring them to the brink of death and then walk away like they did something. It doesn't matter. That's not a true victory. And this is a similar situation to that when everyone's like, Antag is stronger than Flamey. It's like, no. Strength holds no place in that fight. Like, that was not... Strength played no role in that outcome. If we were pretending, because at the end of the day, true strength would have to be within, right? Because if it took an arrow cannon, if it took a rail cannon to kill God of War, then clearly that's what it took. You know what I mean? You can catch anyone off guard, bring anyone either to the brink or just ban them, and that's it. That's all you have to do. That's not... Actually banning someone should be one of the easiest things in the server, because there's just so many ways to do it. Some of it does require resources and redstone know-how or PvP know-how, but I'm not going to use that analogy I almost used. But it's literally just... there are many ways, many different ways to solve a problem. There are many different ways to achieve a desired goal. So, but this is literally just any way goes. But there's no cohesion there. There's no consistency there. If anyone could kill somebody, I guess that makes them stronger. If Wenbu showed up and wanted to use his orbitals on Antag, that would be that. and then everybody was saying Wenbu was stronger, and it's just this whole thing where no one seems to actually know or care what that means, what that really means. And once again, Flame didn't even care about the humiliation. He more cared about the fact that he was robbed of a fair fight, and also the fact that Antag gets to walk around saying that Flame failed to avenge God of War. So he wants to do it in memory of him. He wants a rematch in memory of him, mostly, and also maybe partially to prove that strength beats exploits, or skill beats exploits. But you know, that is unfortunate and a waste. Like, congratulations, somebody died so that some idiot, some fool somewhere could feel like they did something. How temporary, how hollow is that? No actual value is being placed on the contributions a person is making, on the value of the principles a person holds. This series has too many parallels with real life. Too many. It's too good. And that's a big deal. Again, if you care about people, if you care about your principles, you have a reason to fight. You have something that makes you well-rounded, that brings you fulfillment and balance. And some people don't understand that. Or some people... I think it is that some people don't understand that, because there are just some people in this world that are either incapable of those bonds or have never held those bonds before. And it's hard to explain. Some people are incapable of those bonds, and so they don't understand them, and so they just assume that people who do hold those bonds are either lying about it, or just deluding themselves, like lying to themselves about it. And there are some people that do, but they just push them deep down. The people that have the capacity to care, but they don't let themselves care because it's more important to them that they achieve an immediate outcome. Another waste. But yeah, Flame will get his lick back. I think he just needs to recenter himself, get his bearings, you know. And that's it. I'll try to have this out by, okay, good. I still have some time to do the finishing touches on getting ready. I'll try to have this out by a certain time, or I'll try to have this out by tomorrow morning. Like I said, I'll edit it tonight after work. Thank you all very much for watching again. Bye.